Kimberley Reserve is a beautiful freedom camp in Levin, which is in the Horowhenua district area, so it's managed by the Horowhenua District Council. I really loved staying here, and it's a really nice large freedom camp. Just be aware that this freedom camp is only open in summer and autumn. It's quite common in New Zealand for freedom camps to only be open in summer and autumn because we have high rainfall in New Zealand, and because of that it causes the grass to get really muddy and soggy, and then your vehicle will end up ripping up the grass, so they don't actually allow camping over winter at all. So the dates that it's open are usually around 1st of December through to the end of April. As I said, there's tons of space, and there's a really beautiful river to look at as well, so your dog or children can play in the river, and it's just really beautiful listening to the river as well. One of my favourite things about this was that I had 6 cararoo in the tree above me. Cararoo are the New Zealand wood pigeon. They're the beautiful plump wood pigeon with the blue-green wings and the white apron, and they're just really stunning to look at. So I had 6 of those in the tree above me. And there's also a lot of tui here as well, so I had lots of beautiful songbirds as well, and they didn't wake me up really early in the morning either. They just sung beautifully in the trees, the nice tui songbirds, so that was really beautiful as well. This park has flushing toilets, which is great. There were 3 flushing toilets in the women's, and there's also plenty of bench space there so that you can get changed after swimming in the river. They've got a cold shower. Just one cold shower is available for everyone to use. It's on the outside of the buildings. It's in the middle between the men's and women's changing rooms. So it's just one of those push button showers, and it's just obviously cold. There's also a fresh water tap there. You can fill up your drinking water or your RV water tank if you want to use that tap there, so that's really great having that tap there available as well. You are allowed 4 nights maximum at this freedom camp, and as I said before, it's summertime only, summer and autumn, from 1st of December to end of April. One thing you do need to be aware of with this freedom camp is that you must actually apply for a permit to stay here. It's not one of those freedom camps where you just show up on the day and see if you can find a space. You actually have to apply for a permit in advance, so it is still a freedom camp, but just, at least a week before staying there, they request that you apply online, and it says on there that they'd like at least 4 weeks notice before you apply for a permit, but I applied the week before and they actually approved it within 1 working day, so that was really quick. And as you go through, you'll see they've got a whole lot of conditions that they expect you to meet, so you've got to tick all of these boxes. You have to take all rubbish with you, which is pretty standard for freedom camps in New Zealand. Since you're not paying for this, they expect you to take the rubbish away. They don't want to have to pay a rubbish man for you. And all dogs must be on a leash to protect children from getting bitten. And you can't dig holes, so they're referring to hungies there. They don't want people digging holes for cooking. So no hungies, no open fires. And you have to keep it clean and tidy at all times, so as they said before, no rubbish. Keep vehicles off the turf area, so they're just talking about, don't rip up the grass with your vehicle. And so it goes through a whole lot of rules there that you have to tick each one individually before they give you the permit, and you have to give them your name, address, phone number, and your caravan and car license plate numbers as well, so they take a whole lot of details about you. I applied for 4 nights, but I actually only stayed 3 because it looks like it's got heaps and heaps of space, but I stayed when it was a public holiday and it was actually extremely crowded and noisy. You wouldn't think that a place this large could get so crowded, but it really was. There were large numbers of people having parties and gatherings, and I actually just found it far too noisy for me. It's a really beautiful park, and I would have loved to have stayed there ordinarily, but it was just far too crowded and noisy for me in the end, so I actually left after 3 nights. So that was one of the downsides, is that, that it was really crowded. And another downside is you do actually see quite a few sort of rough homeless guys. If you've spent time in Levin or Foxton, you will know there's a lot of welfare beneficiaries. The whole area has always been known as being quite rough, and so for a long time it's been a very cheap place to buy property because there's a lot of gang members and ex-prisoners and stuff like that around that area. So, if you do stay at a freedom camp, just be aware that there's some ex-prisoners and homeless guys living in that park, or at least there were when I visited. There was also this rough guy doing burnouts on the gravel. You'll see there's gravel outside the toilet area, and he sort of came in and just started doing a lot of burnouts, which was just really annoying for everybody. And some of the camping guys told him to get lost, and it just wasn't very nice. So anyway, I left after 3 nights because of that, but I think if you stayed ordinarily when it's not a public holiday and it's not attracting all these sort of rough types, I think it would be really beautiful ordinarily. And just also be aware that the internet signal is really slow, so my wireless internet was actually quite slow in this area. But otherwise, just absolutely beautiful river, and I was so happy to have the cararoo and the tui in the tree as well. So really beautiful park, and it's just fantastic that Horowhenua District Council has made a beautiful park like this available for New Zealanders and tourists to actually be able to stay for the night for free in a nice park like that. So thank you to the council. Yeah, so happy camping. Bye.